Hey guys, I'm Dan and I'm back with another StarCraft 2 commentary, and today we're going to be having, as on the bottom right corner, MarineKing Prime. As most of you know, he did win quite a lot of competitions, including this year's Winter MLG 2012, and on the top left we have Fnatic. I didn't really check Fnatic's background, but I'm sure he must have a few titles under his belt, especially since he's going up against MarineKing Prime. Otherwise, the game itself so far is a pretty nice, quite a starter game in some sense or another. You have Fnatic sending down his probe. I do believe he's going to miss the secondary barracks that MarineKing did hide on the top left corner. So if we take a look at his actual vision, we do see that he doesn't see the barracks at all, and he is moving down towards his base. Fnatic obviously is going to be playing off, well, he should be presumably playing off of what he scouts in this regard, and what he does scout is that MarineKing does have no other secondary barracks in play, so he probably is going to think that he's going to be going for the second base expand, so he will probably be moving back with his probe. Will he actually move up to scout that secondary barracks is really still to be seen. This is pretty interesting. He is moving back. He is feeling that something's a little bit off, so as you see, he does return for that recheck again, and he does miss that secondary barracks, which really gives MarineKing that amazing advantage of having those two barracks up and not just being spotted. So again, he knows that something's up. He's not sure exactly what it is, but he gets pushed down by obviously the first Marine that comes out of the barracks. Here comes the SCV completed the secondary barracks. More Marines going to be streaming out. So what we should see is an actual push from MarineKing in regards to the gameplay, and initially the beginning gameplay itself. As you see, we're on the 3-minute mark, so around by the 5-minute mark we should see a nice small Marine push, maybe, I don't know, 6-7 Marine push by MarineKing Prime. This is going to be pretty interesting initial game push. Here comes the first Marine that's going to be streaming across. Is he going to move more Marines with the actual is he going to move more SCVs, sorry, with actual Marine push? It's going to still be interesting to see in regards to how MarineKing is going to be pushing out with this 3 racks build coming up soon. So really interesting to see in regards to what MarineKing is going to be doing. The probe, of course, jumping to other bases to take a scout to see if there's any hidden SCVs and so on and so forth. Here comes the SCV by MarineKing. He's going to be scouting out, of course, Fnatic's base. He's going to have a clear vision of everything. He's going to know that really Fnatic is not prepping for the initial push coming from him, and Fnatic most probably will be going. He is trying to do a little bit of harass. The Stalker should be able to take out this SCV very quickly because of the speed and the range the Stalker has. This SCV will drop pretty quickly. It should drop in a second now. It really has no chance in running away from the Stalker. There he goes. SCV drops. And here is the probe already waiting for those 400 crystals, and the Nexus should drop anytime soon. Anytime now, here it drops. Nexus is returning to continue farming those crystal. Here comes that push. Here comes those Marines, and we have more SCVs, 3 Marines at a time. First sentry coming out with that Stalker, so Fnatic has that Stalker and the sentry already out itself. Warp gate research on the way. Secondary Nexus already on the way for Fnatic. He is jumping down to the Zelnaga Tower. He's taking care of those Zealots. He'll wipe out that Zealot. Just by this already, Fnatic knows that a push is coming, so he's got to be pretty nervous in regards to this. He should use the Stalker to properly micro and take as many of these Marines out as possible, but this push should still happen by MarineKing. He should push out really aggressively, since he knows that Fnatic already spotted this push, and he is pushing out those SCVs. How many SCVs is pushing out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do believe around 7 SCVs, no, 6 SCVs. And that Stalker, he should push out really aggressively in regards to this. As you can see, he did rally, I do believe, he did rally all the barracks racks directly to his base, so this is pretty interesting to see. Of course, Fnatic really caught off guard. Second gateway coming online. He is chrono boosting the sentries. He put down the force field just to block those Marines off. Really good play in regards to Fnatic to prevent those Marines to come up and really do that damage. Probe is being pulled off the line to help attack those SCVs. Any amount of damage will do at this point in time. Of course, the SCVs do give higher ground vision to the actual pylon itself, so the pylon should be taken out pretty quickly. And here comes the pylon. SCV should be taken out to prevent the high ground vision. Still, that pylon will be taken out before the SCV goes down. Still, Fnatic has really nothing except the 1 Stalker and the 1 sentry. Of course, MarineKing now focusing just a little bit of fire on the secondary Nexus, and now he's moving into the base itself. And we do have, of course, still nothing coming on. We have the 3rd gateway coming online to really cope with this damage. MarineKing here is going to come and devastate the actual production line of Fnatic itself. MarineKing moving in, all the probes being pulled off the line to try to prevent any amount of damage, but it's really pointless coming up against especially this many Marines. The sentry might be even dropped as well. He is going for the actual gateway itself. He decided to pull off. He's going for third gateway itself again, he decided to pull off. He just wants to go for the production line and he's moving forward. He's going to take out the Stoker. No, he's not. Probe's getting pulled down to attack MarineKing Prime. Really, MarineKing kiting nicely back. He's going to take out as many of those probes as possible, as much as he can. As you can see, more bios streaming across the map. He did rally those infantries or marines to go to the other side of the map. 4 marines still going at it. We have still nothing being produced in regards to Fnatic's production line, as he did take out the majority of the actual probes themselves. Just one Stalker to fight this actually off this really pretty aggressive push from MarineKing. Second Stalker, third Stalker, down, second Stalker down, and we have the last Stalker again being reinforced by 2 more Marines, and we have the probes being pulled down again, trying to just cause any amount of damage at all. The gateway is already on, and we have that first Zealot warping in, so this might sort of give Fnatic a little bit of breathing room, and that sentry that is heavily damaged. He really can't rely on that sentry. All the sentry can do is hopefully charge up enough energy to put a force field down here to prevent any more of those Marines streaming, and 4 more Marines. This should easily force MarineKing to be pushed. Fnatic to push back. Marines pull back, of course. He's going to go for this Nexus. Is he going to go for this Nexus? Fnatic sees that. He's moving down already all his units. He has already 2 sentries and a Zealot. Zealot should be dropped pretty quickly. MarineKing will kite this pretty quickly. Yes, he did. He kites this pretty nicely. He knows he can't go up against the Zealot normally, so he's kiting the Zealot. The Zealot's going to fall. Marine gets lost due to a miss micro by MarineKing Prime, as he has them rallied there. He should change the rally of his actual barracks to someplace down here. It would prevent such losses from happening again, especially since he knows that Fnatic did take up the grounds a little further on, so he should move his rally point before in regards to that. Here come 2 more Zealots and the 2 sentries and a probe also as well. The probe is just going to be used for harvesting. No, he actually is retrieving that probe itself, loses the probe. Again, miss micro from Fnatic. He could have kept the probe, still harvesting in his base. What a waste of the actual probe itself. This Nexus, I believe, is going to drop though. Look, more SCVs being pulled off the line, more Marines. We have 2 more barracks coming on, and the secondary base, of course, for MarineKing Prime is on, and we have the morphing of the second orbital as well. This is pretty interesting itself. He still is streaming those Marines down on the map itself. Here it comes. I do believe this push should be shield is up by the sentries. 4 Zealots pushing out a little bit of micro, even though they are away from the actual shield itself, really not absorbing any of the damage from the Marines itself. Just again a little bit of miss micro from Fnatic, and the push is pretty strong though. Force field drops from the actual sentries. 2 Zealots going against those Marines. This should sort of turn the table for Fnatic. Fnatic finally manages to equalize in a way and hold back this really aggressive push from MarineKing Prime, and now he is probably going to go in for the kill. I'm not sure. Stim research coming online for MarineKing, and we do have that reactor for those double Marine production from those barracks. And as you can see, MarineKing deciding to rally all his Marines that were streaming across the map, group together, and try to slow down this push that's coming in from Fnatic to try to regroup his base itself. And we do have a very, very aggressive production line in regards to MarineKing himself, so he should be pretty well set to push this back at any time. Any amount of time he holds this off, he is on the winning end itself, so it's really not an issue in regards to MarineKing Prime, especially. Look, you can just compare, look at the production line. It is ridiculous in regards to MarineKing. He already has the second base and it's already mining, and you have those 2 mules. It's ridiculous. So MarineKing should easily be able to push these 4 or 5 Zealots and that sentry off pretty quickly. I do believe the sentry could probably block off and reversal this actual tactic itself by putting a force field here and going for the actual command sentry. Yes, he actually does that. Few SCVs slip though. SCVs being attacked. Everything gets pulled off the line. MarineKing still a little confused. I don't know exactly how to deal with this. The Marines cannot reach. He decides to pull the actual SCVs very close to the Marine line or to the range of the Marines. Very smart micro from MarineKing Prime. And the force field drops. Marine move in. SCVs move back to the production line, and Fnatic decides, screw this, I'm moving back. I'm not gonna take any more losses, as I have lost pretty much quite a bit. So he is gonna be moving back to his base, and these Marines should push forward to the ramp, I do believe. No, they're still staying here. I don't know why he doesn't push out to the ramp. I do believe MarineKing is still a little bit of a dilemma. He doesn't know what to expect from Fnatic. He might think that Fnatic has a greater amount or greater number that should be streaming through, but he doesn't. This is all he has so far. He has only these 4 Marines, and that first Marauder should cause him to move back. We have that pylon, so there should be a probe coming down with the push. Here's the probe. So this probe should probably be placing this pylon down. He should cancel this right now, actually, since he sees him walking through it. Yeah, he did cancel the pylon, and we do have the actual pylon being moved here to get those war pins. Zealots moving in, and force field coming up by the actual, Guardian Shield coming up by the actual sentry, and we do have a little bit of kiting. A force field splits the Marines up. Really useless at this point. There's so much space over here, it really doesn't make a difference. Still, the Guardian Shield still absorbing quite a lot of damage from those Marines and Marauders. Force field's really a waste of energy. He should have placed them slightly differently. I do believe Fnatic is just trying to disperse the Marines in any way possible, though, moving down to his pylon, you know, backing down to his pylon itself. We do have a flank coming in, as you can see. We have a few Stalkers coming in from the right side. More Warplanes, more Zealots. I can't even speak right now. It's really pathetic. And we do have 3 Stalkers coming in from the right side. This is going to be pretty interesting. From the right side, here comes the pincer movement, and MarineKing decides, screw this, he should be moving back. He's going to be losing quite a lot of, if not all of these Marines. I do believe these Stalkers should pick them off pretty easily. We have that 1 Marauder, 2 Marines, MarineKing Prime maybe backing up down to a smaller ramp here, which should be pretty easier to defend in regards to this wider ramp. And we have 4 Marines on, concussive shell research on, Stimpack should be complete. We have the starport on, so we should have that hot swap with the factory, though. Here comes the factory already building that reactor, so we can produce those double medevacs. Here comes the push by the Zealots. A little bit of kiting, of course, take care of the Zealots. SCV is just to draw in the fire itself. Really not there to do anything else but draw in the fire. All the units are steamed up, so this really should give MarineKing an upper hand, even though the force field does block any more reinforcements, but the steamed up units really do give MarineKing that upper hand. That Fnatic's still a little bit confused on why, but he should have realized that he does have stim research, and this is going to be pretty hard to push through, especially with just this many units. So this is going to be a tit for tat, really pushing and prodding at each other until they decide that really this is no point, nobody can break the other person's line, and they're going to probably hold off the gameplay, or they're going to push out. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what exactly happens, though. Here comes again the push by MarineKing Prime. You have a decent amount of Marauders now coming in. The factory scout moving off. We have those double medevacs already production and producing. We have the combat shield. We do have 3 Stalkers in line, and we do have that Twilight Council. So really, again, the tides turn. I do believe the moment those medevacs come online, Fnatic is really in deep shit. You know, this is just my opinion itself. You know, it could change, but I do believe those medevacs will cause these Marines and Marauders to live just that little bit longer. He's trying to scout out in the Zelnaga Tower, seeing if that push is coming. The moment he sees it, he's going to move back. I do believe the moment he sees it. Let's take a look at his vision. Here the push should come from MarineKing Prime. Do those Marines stream across? The moment they do, he should pull back, I do believe. I'm not really sure. He's just, again, holding out. Both players holding out on the towers. It's pretty funny. MarineKing, of course, reinforcing it with these medevacs. Now, he should push out MarineKing in my opinion. He should push out with those medevacs. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. MarineKing should see this. I mean, Fnatic should see this now anytime soon on his, and he should move back. Yeah, he sees it right now. He spots it. Is he actually paying attention? Yes, he does. He does move back. We have the blink research coming online, so it should give that strategic advantage for those actual Stalkers themselves. Let's take a look at the full vision. Look at all those units streaming across the map. This is ridiculous, man. Even the factory. Look at all those units. It's pointless. How many racks is MarineKing working on right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 racks. We have, of course, the double medevacs as well. The moment these 4 medevacs, the moment these 2 and the 4 medevacs in total arrive, I do believe that this is really a really hefty bio ball that Fnatic is really going to have issues trying to deal with, especially with the stim kicking in and those medevacs keeping those units online. He should move up. He should move up. I don't really see this looking really good on Fnatic's side. He does really need that blink to give him that advantage. He could blink those Stalkers around and really flank this bio ball and really take as many out as possible. Here comes the stim. Here comes the move. Force fields, of course, have blocked that movement itself. Medevacs being pulled back so he doesn't lose the medevacs. Really, what a waste of stim. He should, again, hold out a little bit, heal up those units, which he's going to do. MarineKing, of course, knows how to actually play this game a hell of a lot better than me. That's guaranteed, and he's one of the top actual Terran players worldwide, so this is pretty nice to see that he does know that he wants to heal up those units before trying another attack itself. He's going to heal up all those units. There he is. So we should see another stim and another push coming up very soon. I do not know. We do have plenty of energy for those actual sentries, but is he going to push out? Here comes the first force field. Again, he doesn't place the second force field. He doesn't waste that energy as he sees that actual thing. He decides, screw this, MarineKing. He's going to load up those Marines. He's going to make a drop to the base, and Fnatic really has no clue. He doesn't even see this happening. He does. He does. MarineKing should have moved those actual medevacs around instead of making them spot. He would have had a little bit of time left, and that blink comes online, of course. You have the Guardian Shield coming up for those sentries, really absorbing a little bit of that damage. I do believe that the steamed up units, Fnatic calls it a good game, and that's it. Fnatic realizes that there's no point in going up against the 4 medevacs and all those units itself. The game is really nice. A very, very, very initial, very hard aggression from MarineKing from the beginning of the game, and it did turn just a little bit, you know, around the 7-minute mark. But again, of course, with the MarineKing's really a high production line, and those mules, keeping those marines churning out, and especially those medevacs that back up those stim units, really made the game go towards MarineKing Prime. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. As always, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe, and see you again next time. Happy gaming. Bye.